and welcome to Creative Moments by G. So happy that you're here tonight. Oh my goodness. We are just chatting in the chat room and having such a good time. We are so happy to see everyone here. My goodness. We have Joan and Susan and Stampin' Cuddles and Jill and Patricia. Oh my goodness, I'm just trying to see. I don't want to miss anybody. Oh my goodness, we just appreciate y'all. And Jane, we have quite a few people here tonight, and we are just so happy. I don't want to miss anybody. Gloria, Jewett, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. We are just so excited to have you here. Our card is going to be a framed, layered card. We are so excited about that, and I think you're really gonna like it. So let me show you what it's gonna look like. Now look at this. I don't know if you can see those layers or not. Now we are going to show you a tip on how to put those layers up just a little bit higher that we think you're really gonna like. And tonight we're also going to be doing some blending. So we're going to show you a tip and how we like to blend. So we hope that you have a great time with us tonight. Take a moment to chat with Maudie. Maudie is our moderator. She is my sister. We do this adventure together, this crafting adventure, and we have so much fun. We love creating videos for everyone. And the chat is so important to YouTube because they love it when you chat. It shows that you're enjoying the video, and then they push out our video even more. And you know, our goal is to grow our channel, and so we hope if you like our video, you take a moment to like, subscribe, and share. We would just love that. And so I say, let's head down to the crafting table and let's get started. Let me see if I can get this going. I want to do the picture in picture. Get that a little smaller. Move it up there. And there we have it. So now I showed you this card. Tonight we are going to be using Rich Razzleberry and Garden Green. And as you can tell, we are using poppies to create this card. You can use any flower that you have though. You can also use other things. It doesn't just have to be a flower. So the first thing you're going to need is you need to do your base card. And I want you to remember, don't spend your time writing down everything because all the measurements will be listed over on creativemomentsbyg.com. In fact, I've already done that. Can you believe it? While I was waiting for us to go live, I went ahead and I posted that. So you don't have to worry about that. So we're going to go ahead and work with a Rich Razzleberry tonight as our card. And we're going to do some layers. Now look at these beautiful layers. You know I love pumpkin pie and the Rich Razzleberry, this deep purple. And then we simply took this 6x6 Brights DSP and we are using that as one of our layers. So let's go ahead and get our layers laid down, right? Now, you don't have to put all these layers if you don't want to, but I just really think it adds to it. So let's get this laid down. And now we have two cards we're going to make tonight. We're going to make this one. It's going to be used. We're going to create our background. The next one will be simple, very easy. We're simply going to use DSP to show you how you can make just as lovely a card as if you create your own background. And now we're going to bring in this mat and get that laid down. Hi, Gloria. Gloria W. We have two Glorias on tonight. So happy you could join us. Okay, let's make sure we have that laid down. I need a little bit of glue right there. And now we are simply going to put that to the side a little bit, and we're bringing in our smallest mat and we are going to stamp it. Now we have our leaves and we have our poppy. We're going to go ahead and stamp in Memento because we will be using our blends and we don't want it to bleed over. Now this is going to be a landscape card, so you need to think of it as you're stamping because one of the things you want to do is have enough room for your message. So just kind of visualize a circle right in the middle of your mat. This is where it's going to be. So what I'm going to do to help me visualize is I'm going to go ahead and just draw a very light circle, and I can erase that. But that way I know exactly where to stamp so that I still have room for my sentiment. So let's go ahead and get some flowers in here. Put one right there. And these blends, oh my goodness, wait until you see the colors that we are going to use. And now I'm going to bring in my leaves. And on the leaves, I'm going to go ahead and stamp them in garden green. So let's get some leaves. And then I will use the blends to color them. I'm going to turn my paper just a little bit. And how is everyone tonight? How's the weather where you are? It's actually warming up a little bit for us. Now, we're supposed to have a cold front come in this weekend and maybe drop it, I think, into the 40s. I'm not sure. And now I'm going to bring in this bigger leaf, but it has smaller leaves on it. See if we can't get one in there just a little bit. We don't need too many. And I think I'm going to put a little one right there, just to bring it into the circle just a little bit. Now look at this rainbow of colors we're going to use tonight with our blends. Hey Deborah, so happy you joined us tonight. Now I'm going to move those stamps to the side, and now we're going to color. Now, a tip on using blends. You can color the dark one first, and then you can come in with the variation of colors. Some people go with the light one first. I don't know what your preference is, but what I like to do is go ahead and do my outline that I want in the darker color. And so I'm just going to go ahead and use my big brush end for that. Going to go ahead and just go over all the edges. And what's good about these blends is as you work with them and you bring in your other color, it will lighten up, so you don't have to worry about that. Now let's look at how we're going to color this one. I'm going to bring in this really peachy color. This is Calypso Coral. I'm going to use my big end, and I'm just going to go in little circles. And since I'm going to bring in a third color, I'm not going to color this point. You know, they say that you really should, when you do blends, try to use 3 colors because it makes it prettier. So, and the more little circles you go into, the lighter it will be. But I want to kind of decrease that line. And you can always come back in with your dark color if it's not dark enough for you. And you're like, oh my goodness, we have a lot of coloring to do. But notice how fast it's working. It's really not that hard. Kind of goes fast. Now stay with us, because at the end we have 2 other cards to show you, so you can get an idea of how to do this layered framed card. And you just work over that dark color until it gets to be as light as you want it. And now I'm going to come in with our yellow and just go over this. And I'm going to go over everything to really just lighten it up so that it blends. I just think these colors are so pretty. And like I said, you can always come back in and darken it up just a little bit. And these poppies are so pretty. Oh my goodness. Now I need to do that one petal. I think I need a little bit right here. Okay. Come in with our Calypso. barely go over that, just a little bit, just to lighten it up. Oh my goodness. And now the yellow, and then we'll have one leaf done. I need to still do the center, and I'm going to come in with bronze and do the center. Now look at that. What do you think about that? Doesn't that just pop? So we're going to come back in. We're going to go ahead and just go around our other petals and get that going. Let's see. Which yellow do you have? We are using the, let me see. Hang on just a second. I had to get another one because the brush nib didn't work. The Daffodil Delight. The Daffodil Delight. It's such a beautiful yellow. And Maudie may have already answered that. Yes, right, Maudie. It seems right thing. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and outline this one as well. And what I like about this is there's really no right and wrong way. If you wanted to start with the light, you could do that. I just like to start with the dark because that lets me know where I need to add some more, maybe if I want to come back. But I think this one's shaded exactly the way I want it, so I don't need to do that. Now I'm going to come in with the Calypso. Just kind of blend that together. And then we will go in with our leaves and get those done. Yes, these layers are so pretty. And we decided to use circles instead of squares because I think there's just a contrast there and it makes it more unique when you have these circle layered cards than the squares, because that's what you expect to see, right? On a landscape card that's rectangle, you expect to see squares. But I think that circle really pops. Okay. Get a little bit going. Let's see. Yes, it is the Painted Poppies stamp set. And what's so nice about the Painted Poppies stamp set is that you have all this blank spot to color in. Now, you know, you can buy lots of stamp sets that already have the shading done for you. But this really allows you to be creative and to add the shading yourself as far as you want to go. So I really like that. And as you can tell, it doesn't really take very long if you use this large nib. Use the brush nib instead of the pencil one. Okay, I'm going to come in with this one and then we'll come in with our yellow. I keep saying yellow, but it's the Daffodil Delight. And you know, it's when you start blending these, it takes a moment, but it will lighten up. So don't think that it's not going to lighten up. It does lighten up because they're alcohol markers. We need to leave a little spot for that Daffodil Delight. And you need to be careful when you're working with these, the nib, the large nib, the brush nib, because you don't want to smash it into the paper because you'll ruin the end of it. So you need to kind of keep it sideways when you're working with it. A little bit right there. Okay. Now we're ready for our final color on our flowers. And I'm just going over that Calypso Coral as well to blend it. So pretty. I usually like to work with pumpkin pie, right? That's my favorite color, but I decided no, I was going to do something a little different tonight. Okay, last flower. And I think it's important to see how easy it is to work with these blends, you know. I know some people think, oh my gosh, I don't feel comfortable doing it. But like I said, really there's no mistakes on these nibs. They kind of do the work for you. Okay. And now here's our flowers. Oh, I love that shading. Okay, now we're going to bring in our green, and we're going to go in with the darker green just on the veins, just to kind of go over them. Just, oh, not that one. That one's not a good one. We're going to use the smaller one, and then we'll come back in with the lighter green. Turn it. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment right in the middle before we cut our layers. Because then it's simply just like a puzzle and you're just putting everything back together. And have you created framed layered cards before? Okay, so now we're coming in with the lighter green, and we're just going to go over. And because we use the darker green, we will keep our veins nice and dark so you can see them. Okay. Get that. I like to turn my card. That's another tip. Instead of having to turn my hand, I like to turn my card. It's much easier on my hands. And then we will stamp our sentiment right in the middle. It doesn't take long to do this, depending on how many poppies or flowers you put on your card. Okay, we are almost through. But I wanted to show you blending tonight so that you could see how easily you can do it. So there we have our own background that we created, and now we're going to bring in this beautiful stamp. And it says, "You're absolutely amazing." It's a birthday card, but we're going to go ahead and stamp "You're amazing" on the right here on the inside where I trace that circle. Okay, get it a little bit closer. I need to make sure I stay in the circle. There we have it. Oh my goodness. Now I'm just going to come in and I'm going to erase my little lines so that we don't see them. Okay. And now we're ready to cut this out. So this is another tip. Whenever I'm doing a framed card like this, I like to go ahead and use removable tape and get this positioned exactly the way I need it. And that allows me to make faster cards, of course, and also keep it exactly where I need it so I don't have to redo it every time, and every card is basically the same. So we're going to bring in our machine and just run this through the machine. And now, if your picture that you've painted, your background is really complicated, really pay attention when you take it apart, because like I said, it is like a puzzle, And you want to make sure everything lines up again when you put it on your card. So we're going to go ahead and put it like that. Take this one off. And take this off very carefully. Okay. And now we have our card just the way we need to lay it, right? Like that. So we're going to just lift that over to the side. And now what you need to do, there's several ways you can do this. You can put it on a piece of foam if you wanted to, but what we're going to do is simply put dimensionals on the back of it. So we're going to put it in the corners, and we're going to put it right there in the middle, just to give it a lift. Now, we're also doing something else that's a little different. You may not have done this before, and we're going to double this up to give us some additional height. So let's see, I need to cut this in half for these little areas right here. Or, you know what I can do? I can put it right there. Okay, so we're just going to take off the backing, because one of the things you'll see, I'm going to show you one that only has one layer of dimensionals, and it really isn't raised up as high as we would like it. So we decided to go ahead and do 2 dimensionals, and it works perfectly. So we're going to go ahead and just get that centered on our mat. Oops, nope. Get centered. There we go. And now, this one we're actually going to glue down onto this piece of card. So we're going to take our glue, just go around the edge, and make sure you have it lined up right where you need it. And then simply push it down. And you can run your fingernail, or you can run your pencil around it to make sure that it's all the way down. And now we're going to lift this up on 2 dimensionals as well. This is the easy version of a framed layered card. So, now you need to make sure and line it up as well. Get it just where you need it. And there you have it. What do you think? Now, if you decide to make one of these cards, we would love it if you would head over to Facebook and post it on our Facebook page, Creative Moments by G. We love to see everyone's cards. Now we're going to go ahead and just lay this down, and we're going to stamp our message. And this is a birthday card, so we're going to go ahead. We've picked a happy birthday. We're going to do that in Rich Razzleberry. And we're just going to put it right here in the corner. Isn't that font pretty? That's the next stamp set that we're working with. Sweet as a peach. Georgia peach, right? So we're going to go ahead and lay this down. There we have our first card made. So now that's a little more challenging, right? Because you used blends. But now we're going to pick up the pace, and we're simply going to use DSP. And you're going to see how easy this is. Now we are using Sweet as a Peach, DSP, and we've just cut our mats, and we're only doing 2 mats. And this is the one that we're going to turn into the framed layered card. So let's go ahead and lay this down on our card. And I love how this DSP has 2 sides to it. This is from another one of the DSPs in this set, though. But I love stripes, right? So now we're simply going to cut this out. So we're going to bring up our machine again. We are going to get first let's get our circles set exactly where we need them. So we're going to put it, that's why I like to keep them taped together, because it's very fast that way. Bring up the machine and simply run it through. But if you don't happen to have DSP, the size that you want, then you can always create your own, just like what we did, right? And this Sweet as a Peach is just beautiful. So we're going to put this to the side and trying to keep our DSP exactly the way it comes off this stitch die, so we're not confused. There we have it. And I believe it goes this way. Okay, so we're just going to turn it very carefully this way. And now we're going to simply set this up, and then we will set up our sentiment, and we're done with this one. It's really easy. I'm looking for my dimensionals. Now on this one, I'm going to set it up using only 1 dimensionals. We're using we're using these dies right here, stitched shape dies. We love this set, and we're using the circle ones. So we're just going to set it up with 1 dimensional so you can see the difference. This is a lot faster, but just in case you can't find DSP that you like, you can always create your own background, right? You're going to take the backing off. And then we'll lay it down. And you can see how quickly you can put this one together. Okay, let me make sure that we have it right side up. Okay, now I need to make sure, here it is. This is the way it goes, so we're simply going to add some glue to this. Hi, Pat. Thank you for joining us tonight. And now line it up. And there we have it. Just push it down. If you want to bring in your pencil to make sure everything is down. And then we're simply going to bring this one in and add dimensionals to this one. Now we still have to add the sentiment to this, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So let's get some dimensionals. And get this added. Now I kind of moved it around, of course. Nope. That's the way it goes. Now, we're going to go ahead and add the inside to this. So let's stamp this, and then we'll put our sentiment on the outside. And on this one, we're going to have a peachy day. We're going to go ahead and stamp that in Poppy Parade. And just right here in the left-hand corner. And we want to bring in a little leaf, so we're going to use our old olive. And we picked out from the stamp set, Sweet as a Peach, we got those leaves. And there we have that. So we're ready to just add this to the inside of the card. Make sure that you stay with us to the end because we're going to have you hashtag us, and one person will get to select one of their cards and we will send it to you. So it'll be interesting to see what card people choose. Okay, so here's the front of it. Now all we have done is we stamped happy birthday, and once again we use the Stitch So Sweetly, if I can get it. We use this beautiful little die right here. Isn't that cute? And we stamped it, and we're simply going to raise this up and put it on dimensionals right in the middle. So let's get that in the middle, and then of course we have to add some bling, right? You have to have bling. So we're going to add this right to the middle of the card. And look at the bling we're adding. Oh my goodness, look at that sparkle. So we're going to bring in our, take your pick tool, and we're just going to add some bling right here on the edge of our sentiment on this one. Look at that. Those colors are so, so pretty. And on this one, we're going to go ahead and add, I think I'm going to add this color right here because it goes well with it. So we'll just put, we'll put two right here and then one down here so that your eye travels down as you read. Move everything off. And there we have it. Don't you love those rhinestones and the DSP? Love that. Oh my goodness. So we're going to go ahead and get that up. Here are the cards we made. We have our Sweet as a Peach. We have our beautiful Poppy. Here's the one I showed you earlier that we used the paper pumpkin on. So pretty. Of course, not paper pumpkin, pumpkin pie on. Oh my goodness. Now look, here is one that we just used DSP, and this is from the Sweet as a Peach. So just DSP, we doubled up the dimensionals so you can really see that difference on this one that goes down. And then we use the Peony stamp set. Look at that. So pretty. And look at those rhinestones. They're the clear ones. We love bling. Oh my goodness. So we know there's a delay. So if you would like to select one of these cards, go ahead and put hashtag layers. Hashtag layers. And we'll wait just a minute to see who would like it. And then once we select someone, actually Maudie will be over there running her comment picker. Then all you have to do is go over to our website, creativemomentsbyg.com, and click on contact form and simply fill out the contact form. Now remember, when you give us your address, tell us which of these cards, which one card you would want. So we're going to wait just one more minute. And we just want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for spending your time with us tonight. Oh my goodness. We just appreciate you guys so much. And we want to remind you that we're going to be live next Tuesday. Can you believe it? It's going to be February 1st. Oh my goodness. February 1st. I can't believe that we are already in February. So it's going to be February 1st at 10 a.m. in the morning, and then Thursday at 7 p.m. So next week we have our regular schedule. The following week is not going to be regular, but next week is regular, Tuesday, Thursday. So we're going to go ahead and stop taking hashtag layers. And Maudie, if you want to go ahead and run your comment picker and then put the person who gets to pick a card. So we have our Sweet as a Peach, we have our Poppy, Poppy with pumpkin pie or Poppy with rich raspberry. We have our Peony card. This is the really pretty Peony card. And then we have the DSPs, of course. You know, we have the DSP. This is Sweet as a peach. They're both sweet as a peach. So you'll need to let us know. And remember, you can always go over, hang around on our YouTube channel and go below the video, and it will tell you all the supplies that you need. So if you weren't able to catch all the supplies, they'll be below the video. You can go to our online store, or if you, already have someone that you buy from, that's fine too. So yeah, the peony card is really lovely. So, Maudie, we have a winner. Oh my goodness, we have a winner. The winner is Gloria Jewett. Yay, congratulations. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you so much for stopping by tonight. We appreciate you guys so much. We hope that you look at the other videos on our channel. We want you to go out and have a fantastic weekend. Remember, when you're out and about, be kind to yourself and others. Be creative in your crafting. And we hope to see you on Tuesday. Bye, ladies.